What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Steve. Thank you for joining us, and we are moving into spring finally. I just copped up a few of these ALD hats, so you're going to see a lot of them in the videos more than likely. But even more exciting for the springtime means spring sneakers and busting out a lot of the sneakers that we keep hidden away in the winter months. If you live in the type of climate that I do live in here in Detroit, it just gets gross. It's finally time to start busting out the grails and the new pickups, finally getting them out there into the wild. And today we're talking about an Air Max sneaker that if you missed Air Max Day and you took a bunch of L's, I want you to consider this one because this one is very, very dope. It's completely under the radar, completely underrated. It is an Air Max 97 model, which I know that model in particular does not have a lot of juice right now, but I think that's just a good thing for you and I, those of us who don't really care about the hype, you know? I mean, I get it. Like, the hype is a thing, and I'm into some hype sneakers, but I also love being able to cop things that I actually want at retail. This is one of them, a sneaker I cannot believe isn't getting more love because it can still be had for the retail price in many places, in most sizes. Today, we are talking about the Nike Air Max 97 SE in the Air Sprung colorway. And just, is this not a perfect spring summer Air Max? Before we get any further though, let's first take a closer look. Alright guys, welcome back, and now that you've seen a closer look of these bad boys right here, of course, welcome back. My name is Steve. If you are new here though, consider joining the fam. We are on the road to, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers now, which is just mind-blowing, and you guys are what makes the sneaker channel great. I love each and every last one of you. Also, links to cop are down in the description below. Protective shoe spray, cleaning kits to keep your kicks clean, my favorite sneaker books as well. All can be found down in the description. Let's get into these right here. So these are Air Max 97s. Classic, iconic Nike silhouette, though like I stated earlier, really isn't getting a lot of the hype at the moment, but that's okay because that made these very easy to get, and I just don't understand. I saw this colorway and the other colorway that dropped in this kind of air sprung motif they're doing here, this theme that you have with this sneaker, and they look amazing. I mean, the one that's even more colorful than this is definitely the more neutral, more toned down version. The more colorful one looks like it's got some Sean Witherspoon vibes happening there. So, I mean, who doesn't want an Air Max 97 that references that, or is at least a little bit like that? I think that's amazing, but yet they just are chilling on the shelves. Like, there's no resale, there's no sellouts. Like, some sizes are sold out at this point, but very, very easy to get in a super dope, almost feels like a custom version of an Air Max 97. I mean, we see so many customs on Instagram now that this just has these different elements on it that it almost feels like Nike didn't do this, but they absolutely did. So the theme here is first off sustainability. So this is a recycled material Air Max 97. It comes in the Nike's Move to Zero initiative, which unlike most Move to Zero boxes where you just get the shoes and that's it, this one actually came with the tissue paper, which is kind of not necessarily Move to Zero in this instance. But the idea of using recycled materials to create a new product is tied directly into the design on this sneaker as well. So you can see here the custom looking Nike swoosh on the side, as well as up at the tongue there are caterpillars, and caterpillars symbolize rebirth, right? Caterpillar goes into the cocoon, comes out a butterfly. These discarded or unused materials are then recycled into a new shoe. Theme of rebirth you have there, and so that's pretty dope. I do like how the theme ties into the sustainability aspect of the sneaker, but I don't want to stop there with the caterpillar graphics on this sneaker. They look pretty dope, like the swoosh especially. So first on the tongue you see it says Air Sprung, which is pretty dope, and then you see the caterpillar up top there, and then on the side you have the Nike swoosh done in this electro purple, I think the color is called, and the caterpillar is wrapping itself around the swoosh, and even parts of the swoosh here are just kind of distorted and inverted, almost like maybe it's a little bit of a psychedelic feel to it. And the reason I brought that up is because there's another design motif on this sneaker as well. On the bottom here in the outsole, you'll see there is a little mushroom, and it's got two eyes, and then it's using the Nike swoosh as its mouth, and the way the swoosh is positioned, it looks like a little smirk. It's a cool little design. You have it here, and then on the left foot, you also have it on the insole. So there's where the mushroom comes up. And even with the mushroom, there's that theme of rebirth in some ways, because we know what mushrooms grow in. They grow in like waste, so there's kind of a second life for that. But what I really like about this shoe is that if it didn't come in a Move to Zero box, I wouldn't know that there are recycled materials being used to create this. And I think that should be priority number one. And that's the first thing I love to see with a recycled material shoe. I prefer the ones that just look like normal shoes. And this one pulls it off beautifully. Like, you would never know if the logos weren't on here. First, you've got this really nice leather mudguard going around the entirety of the bottom there. And it feels good. It feels decent quality. A really nice canvas material on the lateral side here, the medial side, I should say. Really nice canvas material there. You've got more canvas and cottons making up the iconic wavy look of the Air Max 97. And I just love this color blocking and the way that this was put together. It's kind of like right in my wheelhouse, where there's some nice brighter colors, but then there's a lot of toned down, a lot of neutral colors. Just perfect for the spring and summer months. Moving on to the tongue. So it's like a canvas again, but it's actually a thicker weave, and it kind of resembles more of like the bags that coffee beans come in, those burlap bags. So that's what that looks like. It's got a nice visual texture to it, just with a thicker weave than what you see on the sides with these parts here. And then the really cool part, which was a little disappointing but still very dope, are the shoelaces. So you can see the shoelaces are not just purple, but they're also kind of fuzzy. And I was really hoping that these were going to be the same shoelaces that came on the Blazers I talked about a while back with the coconut milk colorway, whatever it was called. Those were fuzzy like this and then super elastic. They were awesome. They felt good, especially when you tied them nice and snug. These have that fuzzy texture, but they are not as elastic as those other ones, but they still look really dope. What I would have preferred though was maybe a plain white pair of laces to come with this. Again, we should be getting extra laces with every single shoe we buy, but I digress. I think a nice clean white pair of laces will look really good in this as well. Maybe even a pair that matches with the electro purple. But this shoe is not perfect, and unfortunately this might be the worst condition shoe I've ever received from Nike that is supposedly brand new. Like, the quality of the paintwork on the midsole and outsole on this sneaker is so bad. I've never seen anything like it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to send this pair back and get it exchanged, because I mean, I hope that no one else that's copped this shoe has gotten what I've received, because here you can see where the white and this tan meet, this kind of gum tan color here. There was just little splatters of paint, like just brush strokes and just overspray or whatever it is, all over the air unit. On top of that, the air units have glue residue on them, just stuck there. Obviously paint. It looks terrible. It really does. And then on the outsole pieces here, you can see where the tan and the white meet. There's just paint interchanged there. Like, someone was just using a broad brush and just going crazy. Like they had to be somewhere. Everything from the upper up, like where the canvas and the materials start here, looks great. I don't have any complaints. The midsole though is a different story. One of the sloppiest paint jobs I've ever seen on a Nike product that I've ever had in hand. It's just wow. Like, you see people in comments talking about things like this, but you've never really seen it yourself. This is the first time I've ever seen something so bad that I have to spend this much time talking about. It's not just me being nitpicky here. I see shoes all the time with little imperfections and don't even bring them up in some of the reviews, because I know that's just what it is. This is an immediate send back. So just keep that in mind, and always make sure you take a good look at your shoes before you commit to them. So once I get my exchange pair, I'm going to be looking forward to rocking these all spring and summer long. I think they just look phenomenal, and I think Air Max 97s need a little bit of love. I think it's a nice alternative play to go with. I mean, I just recently went to the mall, and I can't tell you how many pairs of Dunks I saw in Jordan 1s, highs, mids, lows. It's just, they're ubiquitous. They're everywhere. So I'm going to change things up. I'm not going to be rocking what everybody else is rocking, but you can never go wrong with Air Maxes in the summer, which is why I put this video together for you to check out. These are all of the Air Maxes that right now are very undervalued or at retail, easy cops that I don't understand why they are. They're dope. They're iconic. You definitely need to check those out. Here's another dope review for you to check out as well, and join the fam on this side if you haven't already. Have a good day, good evening, good night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.